All right, I think we're live. I have a lot of vaultoholics here. If you're subscribed to the channel, you know me. My name is Chris. I brought on some professionals today, vault builders. Admittedly, I don't know a whole lot about designing vaults. I'm not very artistic, so I brought on a bunch of artistic people. So I'm very excited to have you guys here and just to be able to talk about the VV Showroom version 2. We just got somebody else who joined and then left. I saw it at the bottom. But yeah, so what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Thanks for
Doing
having
well,
us.
doing
Good,
well.
man.
Appreciate it.
Let's just be clear. I don't have the artistic ability that these other gentlemen have. Okay, it's just the unofficial official manager. They're the ones that do all the hard work and create those masterpieces. So
You've got the guns, though.
Cut it
You've
out,
got the
man.
guns.
Cut it out.
they're in their holsters right now. Okay,
Nice.
You're the team
The
manager.
safety's on.
yeah, more of a manager than anything.
Oh, nice. I like the coffee. Get it going.
Which, by the way, I gotta buy some of your coffee, man, because I know you roast your own. So.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. As far as the update goes, so we obviously had the version 2. I'm sure you guys have already been messing with it. Tails already told me some things before we went live that I already didn't know. What's your favorite parts of the update so far?
For me, from what I've noticed, from when you building outside the vault, there seems to be like more space. So with the last one, when you go outside, after you push your stuff back so far, there's a rendering issue. So you, like, just say you're standing literally outside the vault and you've put a poster miles away, there's more room than there was previously. So
Okay.
yeah, that's one. Mr. Falcon, what have you done?
Oh man, I haven't been able to spend that much time in it. I'm a teacher, so I was with my class today. I was really tempted just to say, look, guys, I know you don't know what Showroom version 2 is. If you just sit down and don't ask any questions, you'll love it. But I couldn't really do that. So I have been in. I've opened the vault. It was beautiful. I really like the sky.
It looks lovely.
It looks great inside. I love the turning wheel opening vault door. From what I've seen, I put in Batman. He fitted in very nicely. But I haven't played around with it that much yet, to be honest. What about
these guys? Real
guys?
quick. The first thing I noticed is it's aesthetically pleasing. It looks a lot more like a mansion in the clouds.
It looks like a place I'd like to live in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would very much like to just hang out on that balcony. That would be wonderful.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I like the sunrise or the sunset. One of the two.
Yeah, it's clean. It reminds you of like a resort getaway. You know?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with it. Definitely an upgrade. Feels polished. I think that's the best word.
I agree completely. It's something. It looks like futuristic as well. Like it looks like when you download VV and you see this thing, you're messing with like 2030 already.
For sure. Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah, totally. Have you guys jumped into the room 1 after this update?
Yeah,
No.
for a little bit.
No.
You have tech?
Yeah,
Is there the undo button there?
it is. That was a welcome surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because that's my favorite aspect of it. Everything's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the view.
Mhm.
But with a lot of our vaults, we don't even look at what's outside of the things we put in there, right? So the undo redo button is like a game changer for me. Especially when you're trying to tilt something, because the tilting is so diverse, because you can tilt it one way and like horizontally, then vertically, and then to get it back to standing straight or whatever is almost impossible. Like it's super hard. But if you can just click undo, which I've been doing, like you just undo it a couple times and it goes back to perfectly vertical. That is awesome to me.
Yeah, I've made that mistake before. Again, like I'm not very artistic, but I've tried. I even tried to enter the Halloween competition that you guys did, and I had that problem with I was trying to make like a flat surface look like it has spikes using the unicornos, and every time I tilted them, I would have so much trouble trying to tilt them like the right way or trying to like redo it. So I feel like that would definitely help with that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I love that.
Now, Tels, you did. We don't have to talk a whole lot about it, but you did say something with the undo button earlier. It has like its own issues, or do you not want to talk
Yeah,
about
well, to be fair, I suppose it really does do its job when Fancy said about it. But for example, I was trying to make a hoverboard somebody's arm, and then I ended up clicking a Black Batman Who Laughs, and then I've clicked undo, so it goes back onto it, so like it's highlighted, but then you can't move it, like you can't select it. So where I went all the way back to the vault and then undo. So then the board slowly moves back, and then you can click on it to move. But with the whole problem, that you faced, Chris, when you reached out to me about when you get something stuck and you can't select it, that's great. But it'd be great if as soon as that's now, because it is still highlighted, but the scale, rotate, and move options aren't there unless you click on it. But then again, if it's still near everything, you still can't click on it. So
yeah,
but isn't just little buggy things which I'm sure Traps will as the manager, message Alex and the team and get it fixed.
Yeah, I'm certain Alex has been enjoying our direct tweets too. He's getting all the wins, and then, hey, about these vaults, Mr. Alex.
I wonder which ones he likes least. Possibly ours. They're more difficult, aren't they?
Nah, yeah, I was saying because I DM'd him earlier, and I was like, please tell me the correct channels to go to, because I don't want to tweet. I don't want it to look like we're moaning, because we are really, really grateful that and they push us and stuff like that. But still, we need to get it fixed.
I think that issue that you're talking about, Tails, may be just something that's going to be fixed when they change the arrows not being needed, because they talk about that, right? Like in the next update, which should be coming soon, we won't have the arrows and the spinning. It'll just be kind of like the OG way, where you click on it and then it moves.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think, and this is going to be really bad if I'm wrong, I think Dan's misinterpreted it. I think that's just for when you're taking AR shots. So I know he explained it like that, because me and True Tech were talking last night, and we were like, I wonder how that's going to work. And then it was fine. Have I misheard that then? Did he say you're going to start with that, then we're going to do another update? Because I don't think that was the case, but I could be wrong.
I heard that the lines were going away.
To it.
Really?
Yeah, I listened to it a second time last night again, and he said the first update is Showroom 2.0. Then the next update would come the not clicking or no arrows or lines update. So
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what I
finish
heard.
The slider, right? That's what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just kind of are able to move it as if we are in AR, but in the showrooms. That's how I interpret it.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. All right. Okay.
Interesting.
So
no, what sorry.
Oh, you're good, Chaps.
I just was looking at the stuff, and I was like, all right, because I like to now put my collectibles in AR and then shoot my videos where I'm like talking with them next to me. And so the new features that Dan said was coming, where the collectible can be behind me too, is going to be super useful.
Yeah.
As well as now we have the grouping, and you can move the grouping. So I was just playing around with it, threw up a couple Batmans over there, and then in AR was able to group it and slide it into the location that I wanted, which is so useful.
So
that's cool.
Is that already an option, so you can have like Batman Who Laughs behind me right now, for example?
I don't believe the behind you is available yet. That's
the grouping is though, isn't it?
But the grouping is definitely there, and
Nice.
I'm excited for that. So I should be having some videos coming.
I was about to say that's helpful for your videos that you make.
Exactly.
And probably even thumbnails.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I'll keep trying to step up thumbnail game.
That's actually a good transition to my next question. Is anything in this update able to help you cut time on your projects, or is it about the same?
No, that undo, redo, that I have to believe that saves about 50% of my time.
Wow.
as far as room building. Yeah. That's huge.
I mean, that's a big deal, because I've actually heard you say, True Tech, that, I see you tweet like how many hours you spend, and it's just, to me, it's like, oh my gosh, that's some dedication. Do you care sharing exactly like how long some projects take you?
I want to say my longest, probably, I don't know, in the 35, 50 hour range. It's been so long ago.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's
But
still wild.
yeah, but once you get the foundation, about what you want to do, how things move, how things scale, you kind of create a docket in your mind. Okay, next time I want to use a cape, I'm going to this Batman. Next
Mm.
time I want to make a wall, I need this particular poster. You just start shaving off the time, the more you get in there and play.
Yeah.
Man, it blows my mind what some of you come up with on those. Like, I mean, again, I've only done like the very simple vaults. Like, I'll do like family photos where like I get all my collectibles together and like take a picture of them or something, or like interact. But like, even stuff that's probably simple to you guys seems so advanced to me. Like the using the DeLorean, the back of the DeLorean for shells. Like that like blew my mind when I because like we're all thinking, how do they get shelves in there? What in the world do they use? I'm sitting here thinking that you guys like flipped posters and used like the black lines from the poster to make a shelf. And I was like,
Good
and
idea,
then
bro.
I think Tails told me, he's like, no, we just used the back of a DeLorean. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm not even sure who did it first. It just became a staple. Might have been
Yeah.
Ryan.
But yeah, that was
Yeah,
really cool to
probably.
me. But I mean,
I think
if you
that's
spend-
what we spend a lot of time doing in our chat, just talking about what, if we make these collectibles different sizes, what parts could be chairs or shelves or, new walls. And I think that's what we really enjoy, just turning the collectibles into different things.
do you guys think about that and talk about that with new drops?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's what we look forward to the
how are we
most,
gonna use
I
this
think.
sword tomorrow, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
normally
that's
it's
the only reason I talk to these people.
yeah, we hate each other, to be honest. Off
I
camera,
wouldn't be surprised if
we're
as soon as they
fighting.
see a collectible, they just start building an entire showroom around it, which I know some of you do that already, where you preset it all, and then as soon as something's ready to drop, you just put that new collectible right in the spot, and the masterpiece is done. Is that you, Falcon?
Maybe. Yeah, although, it's bordering on arrogance because, like, I really hope I'll get it. I've stopped building now. I'm cursing myself. I put these scenes together thinking, oh, yeah, I'll put this one straight in. And then it's, I didn't get it. That was a waste of time. So now, no, I'm not pre-preparing too much anymore.
What's funny is I've spoken to people, like not even the vaultoholics, and they're like, how has he done this vault and I haven't even had my collectible delivered yet? Yeah, no, it's
That's
smart.
what bots
It's
do.
really smart.
That's what bots do.
Yeah, confirmed.
Auto clicker.
So I would assume that most of you are, and I'm sure there's always a little bit of both, but like being you use so much for your showrooms, you would probably be more on the collector side of things. So it's probably frustrating to see something like drop and immediately get pumped if you miss the drop, because you're like, man, I actually need that for my collection and my design, whereas these people are just flipping and making the price go up. Is that like a frustration as somebody who really dedicates time to building vaults? Or
yeah, it is, but then at the same time we're going to have that renting collectibles thing, and it was funny when I saw when they announced that, I saw a lot of people going, oh, that's not going to kick off, and I'm like, it definitely is. Like, that's exactly what I'll be doing. Like, fancy, I don't know, like this kind of common sense, but he taught me the trick of, you can just buy stuff and then sell it after you've done your build if you're recording a video anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll certainly be doing it. I certainly buy I try to buy what I like, but then, there's still the option of, a flip here and there. Like, we don't want to, it's nice to not have to put fiat into the app every week. Yeah, especially when a collectible drops for $50 and it goes straight to 1K or something like that,
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking, I know this is like a little speculative, but this is just something that popped in my head. Like, it would be cool in the future if like you're allowed to like rent out your vault space. Like, I think of your haunted house tales that you made. Like, I would pay gems, especially when we have VR compatibility, like, a more of an immersive experience to be able to walk through your haunted house that you designed. Like, again, like, I don't want to be too whatever, but like, it's just a fun thought.
It's been spoken about a lot, and I think that the team have already alluded to it. Like, especially when it's the VV verse, right?
Mhm.
So you can just pay 1 gem to enter, and then, like you say, that's why I know True Tech, like that's what you really want, just so people to have the full experience of walking around your vault and not, you know, doing videos, because at the moment we're kind of restricted on Twitter to a 2-minute 20 max video. And so sometimes when I'm doing it, and I'm like, I might just spend time just walking around my vault, you know, with my phone. But when you do the video, I'm like, oh, I've had to speed past this bit where I really wanted to take time and go, you know, see all the details. So, yeah, man, I'm hoping that is the case. Again, the team have alluded to it. So
exactly what you just said. I mean, like your haunted house, going back to that, just because like it's the best example I can think of. Like, instead of like that 2-minute video, like if I'm able to like, you know, pay you X amount of gems to spend as much time as I want walking in it, and maybe even as somebody who wants to aspire, you know, to your like how you do it, you know, looking around, okay, did he use that Batman cape for this? You know, was that DeLorean fender used for like just like walking around like in the experience, like I think that's valuable. And I would also do it just to support people like you, because like I think you're great for the company as a whole, like Vivi, and you're great for the community, because like these collectibles we're buying at the end of the day, like the compatibility in the app, like, and you being able to execute them and like show people how cool and how fun that can be, like I think that's an asset.
Exactly, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm just sorry I've been put off because True Tech's just put a pink marigold on his shoulder.
I didn't even know.
A marigold.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Carry on, though. Carry on.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking? The hell is that?
It's a little go juice. No.
Little go juice.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
That's True Tech juice. That's how you put in those. That's how you put in those 50 hours to build a vault. You drink whatever the hell's in that cup.
It's like machine oil.
They're the gloves for the microwave 3000 phone, so you don't
got to, man.
your hands
Gotta protect it. I don't want to burn any more thumbprints into my screen.
I don't know if any of you know this, but we did have a question. Brendan Z, he said, is AR compatibility possible in the future of the front-facing camera? I don't know if that's ever came up.
That was touched on last night, and Dan was saying they don't have it yet, because that's when they want to do the I forget what the term was, where the occlusion, where you can be in front of the collectible and have it in a stationary set space, and you can like walk around it and stuff. So once I believe they roll out with that feature, then we'll have the front facing camera portion of it.
He said he wanted to put a ghost bear on his face.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to. I mean, you can Photoshop that now. I mean, unless he's doing a video.
That's funny.
High aspirations in our community.
Yeah, I think what Dan said too makes sense, because like the only reason someone uses a front-facing camera is to, like on TikTok, show themselves and what's behind it, right? But if that's impossible right now without the occlusion, then there's no real point of having a front-facing camera, unless you wanted to put Batman on your nose or something. But yeah, the normal use case, once occlusion comes, should be pretty fun.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
be cool.
I can imagine what you said, hide and seek stuff coming. Yeah, with AR.
Yeah, what's funny is I've been doing that with like my niece. She wants me to like put a little blossom in like a corner, and then she can use my phone and try to find it. But it's kind of easy, because like it'll be in front of anything, or it won't be able to be behind something. But once occlusion comes, then it'll be like a real hide and seek game. But if you make it small enough, it's still hard to find, but it doesn't take that long.
Fancy fingers, you just blew my mind. Like, imagine like making this like super intricate vault and be like, find the ghost bear. You know, whoever finds it gets 20 gems or whatever, 1 gem to enter. Like, again, I don't mean to be too speculative, but like that, I never thought of something like that.
Speculate away, because we've all. Like, it was funny because we were in a space the other week, and sorry to make this about me, but I did one where I had 2 Rizzo Batmans as not Rizzo Batmans, the Dick Sprang Batmans as the eyes on one of the stamps, and like we were in a space, and I was like, first person to find this gets to an Amazing Spider-Man. And then, funny enough, I don't want to get his name wrong, Jeremiah, because isn't there a thing with the Disney moments, like it's a famous thing where it's like a hide and seek, and he was like, oh, this could be a thing. I was like, already done it, buddy. So yeah.
I was in that space now that you say that, and I do remember that.
Yeah, so hopefully there'll be a lot of that in the Vverse, a lot more fun and gamification for other people and stuff like that. So
I've noticed on just going back to that sort of immersive experiences thing, there've been a few of those on the PlayStation recently. Like Radiohead did one for their relaunch of their album. It was like an hour long, just kind of VR like experience, and then you get a concert at the end. And I think there's a new Matrix thing, which is again like a show. So I think those immersive experiences, and people spending more time in their houses, they just want to experience something wild. I definitely think some of these lads' vaults would be a lot of fun to just hang out in for the rest of time, really. The world sucks. So let's
have you guys yeah, honestly. Have you guys ever like messed with VR before, like Quest or Oculus, or like I'm assuming you have, but okay.
Yeah, I'm in the VR chat with shout out to Orange Bag Lady, shout out to Tasha, shout out to Kenobi, AVM, the whole VR crew. Yeah, we're getting into that pretty heavy. I'm on the Oculus Quest myself.
Sweet.
I'm trying to split my time between showroom building and getting in the VR chat. But
dude, I saw Tasha's YouTube video she made. I watched the whole thing of like the clips, and I was FOMOing, man. I'm like, I want to do that. Like, dude, I don't know who it was, but when they had one Jake laying on the floor and the other one was like, good CPR.
It's a great
I like
time.
died, bro.
I haven't gone on when True Tech's been on, but I have been on with Tasha, OBL, Austin. I don't know his full name.
Because I mean,
there's quite a few people that go on there.
Dig you out, Traps, but I kind of noticed you've been spending more time in that group than in ours. So.
I've actually been spending less time in all the groups just because of the traveling and everything. But the Oculus, it's an experience in itself, and I can just see VV on there. Like I want to see the showrooms. Like I've already done some of the walkthroughs of your guys's vaults, but to get to actually see it and look around is a whole nother experience. And imagine just inviting your friends to come hang out in your freaking vaults, man, and have your little avatar walking around and dancing.
Exactly. That's the experience that I want to give off every time I put a room out. Like Tails touched on it. Seeing it on Twitter, seeing it on Instagram, that's one thing. But when I'm making the video, I'm visualizing the person, whether it be headset, glasses, contacts, whatever it may be, walking through that actual space. They're taking it all in full reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, yeah. The reason I bring that up is because like this is the metaverse. This is the early stages, and like and to an extent, like you guys are building it. Like I don't know, like that's a really cool thing. And I have a Quest myself. I wish I used it more than I did, but I really enjoy like the immersive experiences. So that day that I'm able to like go in these vaults, and experience them, especially whoever knows like what parameters we have, then I'm sure you'll even have like better access to making it even better. Just being able to hang out in those and experience like games and stuff like that, I think is a really cool idea. And there's just so much you can do with it. I mean, we mentioned the treasure hunt, and I don't like the haunted house. I mean, I'm sure you guys all the time are thinking of this stuff because, like, I mean, this could provide you income one day, which would be amazing. And I'm sure you do it just for the love of it too, because you guys are artists and you're great at what you do. And for people like me that just see the videos online, like I love what you make. But I mean, it's a possibility in the future, which to me, even as a not for you guys, is exciting. I'll never be there because nobody's gonna want to come look at my all my whole stage set up for my family photo.
Just to quickly touch on that, so again, me and True Tech were talking the other day, and he literally has this thing, but not for vaults, right? Where just say, you could just say you hit up True Tech, Chris, and you were like, I want you to build me a vault, right? And then you can be in the vault at the same time, and you just see your collectibles being placed right in front of your eyes. You see him do the whole build in front of you, and True, I'll let you go, but you basically had that for your daughter, right?
Yeah, I was in the garage working on my car, and I just was like, okay, she's in the living room on the Oculus, and she was drawing in VR. And within 2 button presses, I was right there in the room with her. Now, albeit it was through a cell phone screen, but I'm like, how cool would that be? You know, say somebody does hit one of the vaultoholics up, hey, can you build me this or office space, or or we just need a weekend getaway campfire scene or something. You can actually be there while it's being built, make suggestions while it's being built. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, dude.
That, and then it automatically makes the contract. You send them over a contract, they press confirm, you go into the room and just start doing the work right there. Make your
That'd be
gems,
awesome,
baby.
man.
I think of concerts too. I mean, you have like some of the most sold tickets for concerts were already like through the metaverse through Fortnite.
Yeah.
What was his name that threw it? Freak. It sold like millions of tickets. Any other time I could tell you, but I'm literally put on the spot right now. But having an artist reach out to you and say, "Hey, build me a concert," and we'll invite people, and you'll get a cut of the tickets that are bought, or something like, I don't know, just like, again, the possibilities
Great
out there
ideas,
for you
bro.
guys is
Yeah,
super
yeah.
exciting.
I want to
I
build
think
a Slipknot concert. That would be amazing.
That'd be sick, dude.
That would be the dream. That would be the end then. Like, I've done it. Bye.
I want to go
Life.
to a non-fungible wonderful concert.
Yeah,
I want to go to
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Lots of Travis Scott. That's his name. Somebody said it in chat.
Yes, yeah. Wasn't that a thing in
And he said hashtag cancel.
Fortnite?
I think it's really cool because we currently consider what we do as art, but it's also like construction. It's also like world building. And then so if we were to try and build like a concert stage or a hall in real life, we wouldn't be able to do all of it on our own. We'd have to, get an electrician and a carpenter and then an artist for some parts of it and an architect for the original design. But we have the tools to be able to do all of that ourselves. And not that we don't want to include others, but we're not limited by the physical parameters that we have in the physical world, and able to do that with the tools that Vivi has given us and, the things that we're using now. So that's really exciting to me because it's opened up these avenues that we couldn't explore before.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Like,
A great way to look at
And
it.
even look at the way the rooms are being put together now. All the different hats that you have to wear. You got to be a sound guy. You got to be a videographer. You got to be a choreographer. Like, everything involved. You're putting on so many hats. And then you got to go back to the app and flip your way in the market. So now you got to learn marketing strategies. Like, it's a lot, but we love it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, True Tech. I've seen your vaults before, man. You got a lot of collectibles.
It's a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to out you with the number, True Tech, but when you told me how many you had, that blew my mind, man. I was like, wow.
Well, everybody will see it. I'm assuming when the web platform comes out, because I've decided I can't work on that all collectible room on my phone. Like, it's getting to a point to where I'm pretty sure internal damage is happening to my phone at this point.
Yeah.
For the community, I'm here for y'all.
That makes sense, dude. My phone got burnt from playing too much Pokemon Go a couple years ago. Like, it burnt the battery in my phone and basically destroyed it. So if you're spending that much time making vaults, I'm sure it's not good for the longevity of your phone.
It's a thing.
I didn't even think about asking that.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're good, True Tech. This is about y'all. What you say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, being at the 20 showroom limit since April, it's a struggle. Having to delete one to make one, and I do wonder about that for the future.
Did that and obviously, like, nothing I ever want to say I would want to come off as FUD. I would just like your opinions. Did that like bother you, I guess, that the unlimited showrooms is like staking tier 2, or you don't really care because it was, maybe you already have that OMI, or I don't know. Like, what's your thoughts on that as vault builders? You don't have to answer it.
Yeah, great.
I think it's fair. Eventually there has to be some incentive to invest into the company, right? If a person can just come in and do everything that someone who's invested a bunch into it, if they can both do the same thing, then there's no real incentive for people to stay or people to invest or be part of the community and that kind of stuff. So I feel like there has to be some type of kickback. And so I think that's fair. It's not an egregious amount, and it's not something that's extremely hard to get into, in my opinion. But I'm from America, and so if you're from a third world country, you might feel differently about that and the different staking programs. But that's just my opinion.
That's fair. That's a super good answer.
And infinite showrooms means they have to house it somewhere, which means they have to pay for something. So there's got to be
Yeah.
some type of balance between the two. We can't just give everybody infinite free everything, you know. So it makes
Solid.
sense to have it
Absolutely.
to a tier.
And
I
as an
agree.
incentive, it works, doesn't it? Because we really want it, so I'm sure a lot of other people want it as well. So yeah, just have to cough up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think it's a great answer.
Yeah.
I'm glad I asked you guys because, like, if there's anybody I had in mind, it would be that are already existing, vault builders. So, yeah, I value your opinion on that. So, yeah,
Yeah, once I reach that level, then I'll have one collectible in each showroom, and that's how I will use my infinite showroom.
yeah,
There you go.
you're gonna have the
just-
world
Make the
record
most of it.
showrooms.
I just see Brendan's question down there. Like, do the vaultoholics place heavy significance on mint numbers? For me, not at all. I will buy the floor. Like sometimes I was saying that the first time ever I bought like sub 1K set the Tristan Eatons. But I mean I can't speak for all you guys. But yeah, I just want the collectible. Like it doesn't matter if it's mint 41 or mint 12,675, it's still gonna do the same thing.
I
think
catch
I said
myself
the same
always going
boat.
back. Like I don't care about it, and then I start and I get like a decent mint. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I want to get more of these.
That's the
and then I'm
rabbit
like,
hole right there.
wait, I don't care about this. And then I'm like, but I do because it's more valuable. So like I don't care about it personally to have it in my collection, but I know in the future I can use it to flip, unless I'm trying to get more master collector points, because there is incentive to get the really low mints for that. So sorry, True Tech, it's all you, man.
No, you're fine. You almost said it for me. But to touch on that master collector, I do kind of care when it comes to that because I think I will bet, or let me not say that. I believe all the vaultoholics and anybody that decides to create in this, app will benefit a lot from those accessories. If you have the same mindset, just because they give you a piece of wood doesn't mean that's all it is. You can expand and see something that's not there. So I will be using a lot of points on those. Y'all good on the drop. I'll do it the regular way.
I think
Yeah,
I
that makes
said to
sense.
you, Tails, like every time I've tried to make a decision, a financial decision, rather than a sort of artistic decision, it's backfired every single time. Like I do have to just go with the collectibles I love that I'm going to use in my vault.
Yeah.
If I ever try and do like, I'll get one of them because that'll make me a profit, it just sinks straight away.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for me. I kill it. So yeah, it's got to be, for me, it's just about the artistry. Yeah.
And it's funny because like we've been in this game for quite since March, April for myself, right? And I've started to see the patterns of what happens in the market, and it was funny the other day when they released Storm, and I was like, I saw the price in the market was instantly was 750. I was messaging the guys, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not FOMOing him. I bought it at 730. And then I saw it like tanking. I was like, quick, put it up at 7. No, okay, it's $400. Okay, yeah, I've messed that one up. So, and now I think it's like the ultra rare that I bought was like the same price as the secret rare now. So yeah, we'll win. I'm not a good marketplace guy.
I'm sure that having like set ideas for certain collectibles, like say going back to the DeLorean, how it makes shelves, almost encourage you to hold, because like that you might need that shelf, in the future. Is that a true statement?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've held on to especially my rare DeLorean and rare Ecto because they're smaller file sizes. And so expanding them, and they're so intricate. Like you can use the inside of the DeLorean, the flux capacitor as a background. It's flashing. You can flip the Ecto one upside down, use it as ramps and stuff. So I've held on to those if it was just an investment, I probably would have tried to flip it. But because I held on to it, I've seen its price appreciate. So yeah, I think there is a definite balance. And going back to the mint numbers, I think I may be the only one that of the vaultoholics that care maybe too much about mint numbers, and not like I'm actually desperately hunting them. Especially in comics, I've been trying to get low mint numbers. But every time I watch NFT Pirates and I see Chad talk about low mint numbers, I'm like, man, if whales care about this, then I should, And I try to not play that game too much. but I definitely prefer to have lower mints. But I have flipped very low 50-ish mint numbers to get one of that same collectible and then have that cash to buy other collectibles. So it's like a balance between my investor hat and then my vaultaholic hat.
So
like
we've
that.
been just to touch on that quickly, Fancy, because we've been talking about this a load on Spaces though. It's all well and good having number 50 and then it's worth 100k, but then it's really hard to sell. So I've been learning for myself, anyway, personally, I like the liquidity. So I'll take 20 common comics over 1 or 2 ultra rare comics.
Did you see Gastro's meme about that he did with Sam Ellis sniping that like 135 collectible?
Bro, I put it instantly in our group. That's the funniest thing I've seen on VB Twitter. I message Gastro all the time, like, bro. I was cracking up that much that I took a video of myself laughing and I sent it to him. I was like, you need to see a live reaction of how funny that meme was. Because that whole thing of we were literally discussing this about an hour ago, the whole is this a good deal? Like, is this a good mid? Like I've done it, right? But it's just like that subtle way of just going, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm bragging. Like, it's hilarious.
I thought that was really funny, man. We have a question in here. Does anyone try the VB app in a VR glasses, or does someone has experienced it?
It's not possible yet, is it?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I know of.
I guess the closest you could get to it, this wouldn't be the same. But if you're like maybe already on the Quest and you're like, look at a video, I guess, like one of your videos, maybe that'd be cool. I don't know.
I do want to say, essentially, Crypto. I remember one of his old videos. He did something with his son where he was able to almost slide the camp. He built something with the cell phone to where his son could actually wear it like an Oculus and walk around and
like
look
those
at the
Google glasses.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Something along the lines of that.
Yeah. You put your phone at the end of them, and you're able to kind of see. It's not quite the immersive experience that you get with like Quest or whatever you guys own, but I mean it's pretty cool. It kind of lets you like see more like a 3D style. But no, I haven't tried that. It would be cool though, and I'm ready to get there.
Hashtag soon.
Hashtag soon. True Tech, you mentioned earlier that this is another thing I guess I just haven't really thought further on, that building vaults will eventually be on desktop opposed to phone. Is that like in the roadmap or?
Yeah, with the web platform, it should be almost a 1-to-1, move over to the PC.
Cool. And I mean that would obviously, I'd assume, make things significantly easier than on the phone.
Yeah.
We get our fingerprints back as well.
Right? Don't have to put my phone in the freezer anymore.
Yeah. And I don't want to talk too negatively about anything, but my biggest thing right now is the app crashing when I have, especially with the Disney Golden Moments, especially Elsa or even the Marvel Mighties, the newer items. They're larger files. And so just this morning with the 2.0, I just put 2 Elsas, a Walt, and a C-3PO in there, and then my phone crashed, and then the app crashed. And like, I'm fine with it heating up. I'm fine if it catches on fire, but just let me keep going, But like, I keep getting shut out.
Do you guys,
the web platform will fix that?
As vault builders, kind of have an idea of this much, like, I don't know, megabyte. What's the correct term? Is it megabyte or whatever? This file size is the cap. And if I hit this file size, it probably has a chance of crashing. Like, do you have that in mind when making your vaults? Or
just to give you an example, so like I think Rizzo's like 2.2 megabytes, and Elsa's like 50 or something ridiculous. So it's insane. So like if we were back in season 1, you'd probably be able to do a 200 collectible vault. Now, like, I struggle with 50. As Fancy said, he struggled with 4 or 5. Sorry, Fancy, did you go back in again after that?
Yeah,
and was
I did it a few times. And it, sometimes it'll open up for a few seconds and crash. I don't know if you guys do this, but I try to open it up and not touch anything for like 3 minutes. And then slowly move. But it's
it's
when it crashes, are you able to pick up where you left off? Is that a bad question?
You gotta restart the app and go back in.
Okay.
You're just starting the process all over again.
Yeah, and then
it does keep things in place.
It saves progress though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Just making
But
sure
like
that.
if you're trying to like drop a new item, like if I were to put a third Elsa in, and then while it's loading, it crashes, that Elsa never gets in.
Okay.
And then if I come back in, and sometimes I'll open it up and it crashes immediately, but I'll try it a few times and it works. But I can't put anything new in because every new item crashes it. So it's kind of like you're stuck with whatever you got. That's what I've been facing with my iPhone. I have an iPhone 12, so I don't know. I should upgrade.
Is this something that you?
So I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Fancy can't put his third Elsa in. Oh,
No, well, no, I'm not even being sarcastic for once, Falcon. But like, I know I'm going to get to that point in one of these builds, you know, and that was the thing that was, you know, True Tech was like amateurs, like. But I think, maybe we just should get rid of our Apple phones.
So you say like Elsa's like a 50 megabyte, like is like, do you kind of have it in the back of your head that like, all right, if I hit 150 megabytes, my app's probably going to crash, or is it kind of just rolling the dice every time to see?
It's weird, man. Like, so for example, the last proper build I did, I had two Iron Mans, R2D2, loads of stuff all around it. Everything was fine. Then I've like taken a break, come back in, wouldn't open. I've then gone, you know, that trick that I told you, Chris, and I've gone, right, I'm going to remove the R2D2. Then I've managed to go back in. I've swapped that for a gold Cthulhu. And it's just like, oh man, what a budget move. No dissing on the Cthulhu. But, and then I've managed to add loads more. So now, you know, pre-Showroom 2.0, I was going for more like, I stacked up on them devil bunnies because they're like 3 meg, and so I could build an army without it crashing. But you know, we want the, you know, the really nice big ticket items like your Iron Mans, your R2D2s, your Elsas.
Yeah.
So Traps, you know, you're gonna need to get onto the team, buddy. Jalen, what's up? Yeah, but
I have never considered transitioning from iPhone to Android as much as I am now, because Tech is able to put all these items in. Ryan Romatek can put all these items in. Like, I mean, he had 2 of each Disney collectible, right?
Yeah.
And the golden boards, and I couldn't even put 4 on my iPhone. And I have an iPhone 12, which I just bought before the 13 came out for the purpose of vault building. So I'm like, oh man, I'm like really tempted, but I don't want to cheat on iPhone, you know.
I understand.
Get them both, man. Get them both.
You're in the same boat, Fancy, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You know, I was going to get an Oculus and something else for Christmas, but it might have to be a Galaxy Z4 instead. Is that what you've got? True Tech, sorry?
Z3.
The Z3.
Yeah. I've got the Samsung S21, and that's pretty good. That doesn't drop out too much.
You said, I think one of you said earlier, but like take away Elsas and like those with like ridiculous file sizes. Is the average you're able to fit without it crashing like 40 to 50 collectibles?
Maybe even more.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is bad. I wish I was tech savvy and knew exactly what it was, because like I say, sometimes you can have all of them in there and you're fine and you're adding, it's great, and then you come back out, go back in, and it's just like nope. So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I think, I mean, season 1s you can load up on, but the further you get to now, or closer you get to now with newer items in season 2 and season 2, yeah, they just get bigger and bigger, so the less you can put.
Is this an issue that they're working on? Like knowing, I'm sure they know, but like, have they communicated with you guys, or did I miss something in the AMA? I had family Christmas photos last night, so I missed the AMA about this issue with the new showroom. Stop poking me, Traps.
Yeah, I was thinking someone's got dust on their thing, isn't they? Yeah.
I didn't realize the camera was on this side, and I was trying to press the chat to see what was going on.
So basically, we had a thing where, you know, we were going to write down a list of all the kind of bugs and stuff, but because we knew Showroom 2.0 was coming out, we didn't want to go to them because we thought, like, I was told a lot of these things are going to be fixed. So I think the best thing to do is write all these kind of things down, give it to Traps, and he can go and
in a nicest
spot. Of course, yeah. None of us ever moan. Right. So let me tell you that. We might moan a little bit, but we're never like, oh, you know. We understand the team. We've got so much important stuff going on, and we appreciate that you know, that they're seeing the fact that we're building these and wanting to help us. So even that, so we're like, you know, we're patient. We're patient.
We're able to put things into perspective, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, I think most of the crying happens between the group itself. and then after the crying's done, the tears are wiped, we consolidate what is the root problem and then communicate it to the team of maybe we can get this feature.
I fully support that. I think that's super fair. I do similar things with like the more technical side of the app. So yeah, that's super fair. But you know, instead of, it's because like people look up to you guys, like they see your pieces, and they're like, man, I want to do that one day. So like if you're posting like, oh man, VV sucks, they didn't, you know, do X, Y, or Z, then like you have an influence and in a sense a responsibility in the community, you know, that look up to you, that are going to be like, oh, that's right. Well, if Tails says that, you know, VV's doing this, then I kind of feel that way too. And then it just has a domino effect. And it's like, you know, instead of just resolving the problem by reaching out, sending an email, you know, approaching it kindly, you know, that, and then it would be fixed. So yeah, I respect that approach completely.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, even with, if we went to the guys with these problems and they're like, we can't do this, we understand, because the, you know, making us 10 happy like in the vaultoholics is definitely not at the top of the list, their priorities, and we get that, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll get feedback.
You arguably are like like that's a very important, say like 10 or whatever, because like you're utilizing the AR functionality of the app, which is a huge focal point and pitch of VV. So like I think that is pretty important. It's not like you're complaining why this collectible went down in price or something like that, or something like really like minute, you know. It's like, hey, we're trying to utilize your app to the best of its capability. So like I see why VV could prioritize that, because I mean, like you're building art out of what they originally intended it to be. And like, I mean, what better way to advertise the app than having these like amazing showrooms that you can utilize.
And I think oh, go ahead, Chaps.
I was just going to say, what's really cool is that we know they're listening, because we've talked to Alex. I've met Alex in person, and he's used already some of the material of the Vaultoholics for promotional purposes now at the convention at DCon. So we had some of our Vaultoholics featured just on some of the videos that are displayed for everybody coming up. So we know they're listening. We know that they care as well. So we don't want to spam them with little stuff. We got to make sure it's, okay, this is actually a good feature that everybody's going to appreciate when they step into the vault and they go and they have those same issues. We just know, well, you guys know it at a heightened sense because you're in the vault so much and you're seeing it regularly over and over again. Whereas a new user, they might not encounter it for a while and then they go, wait, what the heck's going on? But we're able to get that fixed up ahead of time, then it's going to be even better. We can have greater videos coming out, more promotional stuff coming from the community that's being displayed with VV. So I don't know. I think it's super cool that Alex even reached out to begin with to use the Vaultoholic stuff, and it shows that, you know, they're engaged and they appreciate the work that's being done. So we try to respect that.
I think it's one of the things I like so much about our crew. Everyone's just so positive and we love it. And I feel very fortunate to have just stumbled across this, because I very easily could have missed it. I'm not a crypto guy. I just like comics and movies and stuff. And, you know, I love just making things, creating things. As you
while
said,
on the toilet.
While on the toilet, obviously, that's where I sit. And
that's a private joke that nobody's going to get. Besides us,
well, let's just leave it there. So we do try and stay very positive, and we let things out in the group a little bit, but I think it's important to show how much we love it all, because we really do.
That's what
we wouldn't be doing it otherwise.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Move on to the next question. I guess it's actually kind of, you already answered this, but I'll ask it anyways. Does this version 2 showroom allow more space or allow you to get more intricate with your designs in any way? I know a good example of this, and you can talk about this, Tails, because we talked about this before we went live, was that there's a feature now to start with what does it start with? Like no walls, no boundaries.
Yeah,
Like that?
it's called the empty space, and the idea and premise of it is unbelievable for us. Like it's really, really cool. It's like basically just a grid, like so no showroom. You just go in, it's really dark and just like a grid. However, like I've gone to put a poster. So the best thing about the vault and the showroom and doing stuff outside is you can put stuff like through the floor. So just say you've got, I don't know, the Jim Lee Joker head, like just his head, and you just want his head there. You can't do that in the empty space. You can't push it down. And so when I tried to, obviously you don't just want to show a grid. So I was going to use a load of posters as the walls, as I normally do. And yeah, you put the poster, just say the floor's there, poster's there. It's just, it won't even go to the floor. So yeah, that's another one for the list. Traps Wellington. Put it down, son.
Yeah, I saw your video in the chat of it just going.
Yeah.
I
Again,
think
these are sorry, just quick, but these are just such small. We're so early. These are, it's the first release. Like it's not a problem. We'll get it.
Yeah,
we'll get it sorted.
Yeah, I think the empty space is awesome. I mean, anything can be worked on, but just the idea of having an empty space is amazing for our purposes. I mean, sometimes we utilize the vaults and the walls and that are already that they've created in their showroom, but most times for me, I'm trying to create so that you can't even see what the vault is or the showroom is. Like I want it to be like something completely new and then an entirely new landscape. So with the empty space, it's awesome. I hope that eventually it could be like where you're actually in space, like you're up in space, so things can go down and up rather than just up. And that would be you'd be able to create everything. You look up and down, and everything around is all be able to place. Or, and I don't know if this is asking too much, or if we could actually move our camera, what we're viewing, up and down instead of just forward and back. Like that would be amazing if we could hover over things and then go under, almost like a drone going through things. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I was thinking like Minecraft.
Exactly. I was trying to think too. Yeah,
and stuff.
It's a lot. That'd be a lot like Minecraft. And there's another game too. Maybe it's like Gary's Mod or something like that, to where you're kind of able to do that. Yeah, it's kind of like a blank template now. Like being able to just start with no walls or anything like that. Cool. I'm excited to see. And that sounds like. I mean, I don't know like I guess this technical side of things. But you would think with that issue that you're having, Tells, that could be more so a patch than like a version 3.
Yeah. I'm sure it's Well, I mean, I say, I'm sure it's easy to fix, but I've done nothing in tech work in my life. But
I mean, I'm sure it's not easy, but I just don't know if we're gonna have to wait for version 3 for them to fix it. It sounds like they'll be able to send a patch update and hopefully help with that.
And also,
it'll just say like transparent or something like that, or no collision detection on the bottom or something like that. So it might be a relatively easy update.
Yeah, and the fact that they made Showroom 2.0 have an open area where you could go out into open space, that's amazing, because they weren't going to do that. That was something they didn't intend for version 1, but a bunch of vaultoholics, and not just us 10, but just vaultoholics that exist, enjoy using that open space, and then they decided, you know what, let's give it to them. Let's let them do that in 2.0. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
For sure.
I always like when something's not meant to be, and then like the community like makes it a thing, and then the creator of said thing like allows it. It's kind of like, to me, as a gamer growing up, and certain games had certain Easter eggs that you weren't really supposed to do, but they allowed you to do, and then in the future games they just said, "Oh, screw it, we'll let them do it." And I've always just appreciated that.
Just to touch on that, Chris, like it's quite funny because Dan said it in the AMA last night. Is like there's going to be a bit where you can get outside, and some of the guys have had a bet on the first time you go into the showroom, screen record the first one to find it, in length of time is going to win 10 gems from the other. I've definitely failed it, and if Skeet's watching, he basically went, it's on the right, and so I spent my time in the morning just like. And he went, mate, I'm British, just like you. You should know I was trolling you. But yeah,
that's great.
Seeing who the winner is.
Well, guys, is there anything else you want to say about V2? We can just hang out for a bit. I want to be respectful of your time. We've been on for 54 minutes, approaching an hour. Crazy. It always goes by so fast. But yeah, I mean, any last thoughts, or there's anything you want me to show? I have my browser up as well. Yeah.
Well, there's just a few things I want to, if you don't mind, kind of semi-plug in. So we're going to be doing a giveaway soon. True Tech Junkie's got a part 2 of his like one of his vault builds coming out on Crypto Baby's channel. A load of us. Shout out to Darklink, especially because bless him, he's given us a Marvel 1939 comic to give away. I can't remember what you guys, all these guys have sent me a comic each. So what we're going to do is like, you got to like and subscribe and leave a Twitter handle, and then we're going to do a kind of like a spin the wheel for who wins on our Vaultoholics YouTube channel. Shout out to Chill Crazy, who's basically been organising that. We're going to start doing like monthly go throughs of our vaults. So it'll be kind of like this, but we'll play each of our vaults. You know, we might pause it, talk about bits with each other. So hopefully that will be out in a couple of weeks. I think that's it from my side. Guys, have I missed anything?
I think you covered it. I really appreciate the time. Shout out to all the VV community out there. See y'all in the spaces in a little bit.
Yeah, I love this, guys. I would like to do this more often if you guys are down. You know, anytime, just being able to like get your content more on the YouTube side of things, you know, as well. And I know obviously Traps has a page as well, but you know, just hearing. Yeah. I mean, you guys always teach me stuff I don't know about the app, and I think that's very important for everybody else.
Sorry, Chris, can I just touch on it? I say anybody that watches this, our DMs are always open for any questions you want to ask. Just tag us in your videos, even if you don't think they're any good. We'll always support, and you know, you want feedback. And also shout out to Chill Crazy, Athena, Crypto Baby, Depu, VV Giffy, VV Vivified, Get Richie, and Ryan Roman Tech, the rest of the Vaultoholics, and the team, and the VV team, and yourself, Chris. Thanks for having us on, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to all of you guys. I'm going to leave in the description your Twitter profiles, and of course, I'll link the Vaultoholics Twitter. Shout out to all you guys that Tails just named. You're always welcome to come up. I didn't intentionally exclude anybody from the stream.
Everybody got invited.
I tweeted about it, and I tweeted about it, and Traps and Tails originally told me they wanted to come on. So I told them to just share the profile or share the link with whoever wanted to join.
No, we appreciate you, man. So the rest of
once we send it over.
Thanks, man.
One thing I did want to just say real quick is I was thinking about this this morning as I was making my empty space. I feel like the Vaultoholics hashtag or name is like the Batman bat symbol. And this sounds ridiculous, but the reason why is because in the movie, it's like he didn't want to be known as a person, but just a thing that anybody can be, right? And so with Vaultoholics, I don't want it to think like, oh, there's only that small core group of people. They're the Vaultoholics, and I can't be that, because I want everybody to want to try and create things in the vault, work on it, just create something that they view as unique, take a picture, video, post it, and then hashtag, and you can become a Vaultoholic. I want it to be inclusive rather than exclusive. And I think that's going to be much more healthy and better for if you're an investor, if you're a flipper, if you're just here for the gains. It'll be good for you either way. It'll be good for all of us to have that mentality.
Yeah, and I think you guys did a great job at displaying that with the Halloween competition. I think that was a lot of fun, you know, for people maybe who have never before tried to attempt something like that, to attempt it. And I think that showed, you know, trying to encourage everybody to be their own Vaultaholic and try to come up with their own monsters or contraptions and stuff like that. And then the giveaway was like super solid. So again, shout out to like the giveaway that you guys did last time for the competition and this giveaway that's coming up. Yeah. I was going to share it, Tails, but I guess you guys haven't posted about it yet.
No, not just yet. We're not the most good at marketing. We're good at the building, but the whole business side, we're just kind of finding our way around. And also we're looking at doing like another kind of contest like the one we did in Halloween early next year. So anybody's got any ideas, tweet it at us, because I'm running out of them. I'm running out of ideas. But yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys again so much for being on. Thank you, viewers that jumped in, asked questions, or were able to hang out with us. And anybody who watches this afterwards, I hope that these guys were able to kind of like answer some of your questions, show a few different side of things, maybe get your mind racing about building your own contraptions. And I'm thankful for having you guys.
Cheers, Chris. Legend,
Appreciate
you.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye,
Take
everybody.
care.
Nice.
Thanks again for being
Bye.
here. I
Thanks, man.
appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.